everyone. Hey, if you're here live, go ahead and chat with me because I'm going to be interacting with you. Really, I started recording this video just for the students in my public speaking class, but I thought everyone that's watching this is going to benefit from it. So I'm expanding it to everyone right here live for you. And this year, I want to teach you how to get that bulletproof plan for your resolutions. I'm going to teach you a technique that I have been using for the past 3 years to not only reach my goals, but surpass them and completely crush them. So I'm going to give you this plan, and I want you to take some notes while we're doing this, because resolutions, what does that even mean? What does it mean to resolve? What does it mean to go for something and get something new? What does it mean to make a New Year's resolution to begin with? Well, a New Year's resolution, we make it because we want to see different results than we saw the year before. We want something more out of our lives than we had the past 365 days. In order to get something different, you've got to do something different. And now you've got to put skin in the game and figure out how to do that. All right, so let me just give you, I've got 4 tips, 4 steps really, to help you walk through your New Year's resolution so they surpass this idea of want to or it'd be nice to, but now it becomes a must. There's a big difference between wanting something and actually going for it and claiming it and saying, that's mine, I gotta have it, this is my life with that thing. Okay, so let me use, for example, eating. Okay, eating is something that we have to do to stay alive. There comes a point in your cycle during the day where you're, getting up and you're brushing your teeth and you're doing your hair and you're doing your makeup, and at some point in that sequence, you consume food. That eventually is a must for you, so much so that if you don't do it, your body starts to complain. It starts to say, hey, we haven't eaten today, where's my food? I'm hungry. And when you feel that hunger, if you've ever fasted for a long time, your body's gonna start eventually letting you know that it's beginning to feel the effects of this, and at some point, eating becomes a must. You know this, especially if you've ever gotten hangry before, okay? Maybe other people have told you that you eating is a must, okay? That's what your goal needs to feel like. You need to be as hungry for your goal as you are for food to keep you alive. That's what that makes this goal a must. So let me give you the bulletproof plan for accomplishing this, and then I might even share with you my bulletproof plan for accomplishing a must that I set for myself this year, okay? So here's the first. Obviously, you have to set a goal, and I know that sounds simple as easy, but it can't be nebulous. One of the biggest mistakes people make is setting the goal that they can't track. All right, if you set a goal like, oh, I want to be healthier, or I want to be happier, or I want, okay, look at this, okay? I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight? Okay, I want to get rich. Well, what does that mean? What's the number that means rich for you? I want to find love. Well, how do you quantify that? Is it a relationship with yourself? Is it a relationship with another person? Is it a relationship with your family or your children? I want to travel. Well, where to? When do you want to go? I want something that I can measure. So set a goal that you can set some sort of number to, some sort of measurement to, whether it's a date that you want to travel by, whether it's a number on the scale or a body fat percentage that you want to see, whether it's a dollar amount that would supplement your income or maybe even replace your income. You have to have something trackable. So number 1, set a goal, make it trackable. Okay, here's number 2. And I think this is like the secret weapon of the whole thing. You have to set a consequence for you not getting your goal. Now remember, we used eating as an example. The consequence for not eating is sickness and disease and eventually death. I mean, people that don't eat, for an extended period of time don't usually last very long. So eating is a must. Our bodies demand that is a must. The same demand that your body makes of you when it's time to nourish your body, you need to make of yourself when it's time to get your goal. You might want to underline that if you're taking notes, all right? The same demand that your body puts on you when it's time to consume, you need to put on yourself when it's time to get your goal. So when I say get a consequence, I mean get a consequence you're really serious about, and make it a consequence that you just would not want to do come heck or high water. I mean a consequence like you have to donate to a charity that maybe you don't actually believe in, or a cause that you don't actually believe in. Okay, maybe you have to monetarily support that. Maybe you have to shave your head. For guys, maybe that's not a huge consequence, but for someone like me, that'd be a big deal. And in fact, that's a clue to one of my consequences I'll share with you later. Maybe you have to, like my client Kelly, maybe for a consequence for her was she had to be the one to go out in her backyard and pick up all of the rotted, nasty pears that had fallen off her pear tree last fall. She did not want to do that, okay? Make it a consequence that is repugnant and repulsive to you, something that you just would not want to do by any stretch of the imagination, okay? Something that causes a visceral reaction, like makes you gag, either like physically or psychologically at the thought of doing that, something that you just don't want to do. Set that consequence. Okay, so first step, make a quantifiable goal. Second step, get a consequence. Here's your third step. Get an accountability partner. Someone that will track with you every single day. And little tip, this works best if they're working on a goal too. So that way you can communicate to each other both ways and say, I'm helping you, you're helping me. I'm tracking you, you're tracking me, and we report daily. Okay, get that every single day. Every single day on your text thread, you should be going back and forth and reporting into each other. Okay, it's going to keep your goal in the forefront of your mind, and it's also going to make sure that you are actually putting in what it takes to get that goal out. All right. Number 4, here's the last step, and here's the step that honestly most people won't take, and they won't take it because they're not committed enough to their goal to actually do this step. So step number 4, go public. Make it a public announcement. Announce it on social media. Share with your friends and family what you're doing. I don't believe in this idea of making a wish and a wishing well or blowing out birthday candles and not telling anybody what you want or how to achieve it. I think that's, for me and my experience, totally backwards for manifesting my goal. So I make it public. And in fact, on New Year's Eve, I spent it over at Chris Crohn's house. I made my goal public. I shared it. And you know what happened? The people in the room that heard my goal, some fuses like lit up in their minds and said, I know how to help with that. I'm going to get with Marianne and we're going to have a discussion. I chatted with a doctor at Chris's event the other night who, walked me through one of my goals. Okay, so let's recap, all right? First, set a goal that's quantifiable. Second, set a consequence that you just abhor, that you just would not want to do. Third, get accountable. Get an accountability partner. Number 4, go public. Let everyone know your goal and your consequence for not doing that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you my goal for this year. I'm also going to share with you my consequence for this year. And this is me. I've got an accountability partner. We're texting every single day. And now I'm going public with you guys. I've already gone public on Facebook and Instagram. Let me share with you what my goal is, okay? So my goal is this year to get my body more fit than it's ever been. I have a super strong why for this goal because I want to develop mastery over this body. I've been healthy enough for too long. I've been healthy enough, just enough to do what I want, but never pushed myself to the maximum capacity possible. So this year, I'm getting 18% body fat or below. 18% body fat or below. My current is 22%. And you can take my word on that. I'll show you my app. Well, I'm using my phone, so I can't show you. But it's there. Right now it's at 22%. I'm getting 18% or below. And I have a pretty massive consequence for that. I actually have 2, because I want this goal not just to be hit, but to be sustained long term. Okay? So my goal is 18% body fat or below by March 12th. And you can count me on that. All right? You can take that to the bank, as it were. My consequence for not doing that, for every body fat percentage that I'm off, that I'm over 18%, I have to send $100 to someone that I'm not really jiving with right now, to someone who, of course that is part of my life, but someone who I don't want to send this money to, okay? The consequence for not keeping that 18% body fat, so I'm checking in every third of this year, every 4 months. So I'm checking in at March, I'm checking in July, and I'm checking in at the end of the year. Okay, I'm checking in August, really. Okay, so I'm checking in at those checkpoints. In August, if I don't have that goal maintained, guess what I have to do? I have to shave my head. And guys, I just grew this out. if you've been watching me, you know that I've been growing out my hair for such a long time, from a pixie cut, shorter than most guys have. And I don't want to lose this. So that's my second consequence if I don't maintain both at the middle, the second checkpoint and the third checkpoint. If I don't do that, this is going away. And I got to tell you, like, that's a big deal for me. I'm not willing. And now it's public, so now all of you know. And now I'm going to be checking in with you on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere. You can track me. You can count on that, because I am so committed to this goal that I don't have to worry about those consequences. Okay, I'm even competing in a health competition later this year. I'm looking for one in June. Hopefully that's going to be right here in Utah where I can participate in that. That's going to be a first for me. That's kind of my reward for accomplishing this. That's such a big deal. So that's the takeaway I want you to have. So in the comments below, here's what I want you to share with me, okay? These 4 things. What's your goal? What's your consequence? Who's your accountability partner? You don't have to tag them or anything. Just tell me that you've got one, okay? And then go public. Did you post it on Facebook? Did you post it on Instagram? Guys, the reason that this is bulletproof is because, first of all, you've got a consequence that you really don't want. Second of all, you've got the accountability with your public and your private accountability partner to make this thing happen. Okay, so if your resolutions are more than just a want for you, if they're more than just a maybe for you, if they're more than just a it would be nice if for you, if you really are committed to seeing 2019 blow 2018 out of the water, if you want to see it triple or 10x your results, this is the game plan I want you to implement. All right, so cat's out of the bag. That's my goal, and that's my challenge for you. Let me know in the comments below what your goals are and what you are going to do to get there, and keep me posted. Okay, watch me on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting my updates there. Keep track of me there. Let's chat on Instagram and keep track of each other. Good luck.